quick background. So this property here, I grew up the road a little ways, and we bought this property in the late 80s, and this was a huge giant mess. There were like squatters in a house up there. Garbage all the way through. This barn was just full of garbage. There's a huge tire pile, like outbuildings and so on. When I grew up here, also as a bus, there'd been like a trailer home, and the bridge was like a party joint. The house was haunted. It was like, so we always had to worry about people kind of showing up and doing things. I started working, just kind of chipping away, trying to clean stuff up on my own, not like any grand plans. The movie came along, The Bridges of Madison County. Clint Eastwood assigned the barn. They actually shot the film down here for one day anyways. I graduated from grad school, and I thought like, I could bring people from, I mean, I'm still connected to Iowa, but I'm living out in Boston. I thought I can bring people from Boston and other places out here to sort of have this collaborative environment for art and exploration and design and architecture and whatever that goes on. We'd have about 10 artists every summer, all summer long, keep it open over the weekends. Segue now to last summer and prior, and starting to meet people like directly first Jack and Mary, and spending time in Green River, rural and proud. Again, Jack's the guy, blue sky to California. If you're interested in doing, we'll be joining Jack in his world. And so now he's out here kind of working with us a little bit. So Corbin Lamont is also joined as part of this larger network. We talked about the Homeboat and Spence Cole. So they're the people that are going to work with you now. They're going to lead into 326. We're rehabbing this barn, this kind of project, but these guys, I put them in the category as critical practice. I put them in transformative design, social design. They call themselves citizens artists and other things.
Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming out. It's really fun to have. We've been out here now since Saturday working out here, and it's great to have this big group of people to further some projects later today. We want to kick things off with getting you guys out on the land, thinking about it, thinking about this landscape. We want you to take a solo walk. We want you to be out there on your own with your own brain and your own hands. We're going to do 33 minutes, which we'll count off here once I give you a little bit of a baseline. Eyes out, mind quiet, no photos. Put your camera away for this part of your journey. We're asking you to collect 5 items, samples, collections, and have some sort of rationale for why you're bringing it back to the group. Remember, thinking about the landscape, trying to take in this environment, understand it best you can. We have a few words up here to help get your brain started as what you want to observe. Words like, does it hurt? Does it help? Does it stick to you? Is it from the past or the future? Is it disappointing? Does it have a softness to it? A mystery? Is it something like you? Does it make a memory? Does it belong or is it out of place? Is it dreamy or bright? You can add to these descriptors. Your rationale can be broader and wilder than this, but that's sort of a place to get started from.
I don't know, when I do these kind of walks, like I really like to treat it like a conversation with the landscape, which is why like once you guys like go out on your own, there's so much space. Like you can walk like super slowly,
acres.
like just to the next barn for 33 minutes, or you can like head out into the woods and really like explore and feel a different kind of environment and landscape. But I just want to encourage you all to like go your own ways, like really think about like 5 objects that you can talk about with the group, and we're going to bring them all back here at the same time and kind of go over them.
Lay them out here.
But yeah, just have a conversation like with yourself and your practice and this place, and we'll start to like really try and get to know this environment together in order to inform our projects.
actually just grabbed on the way in because it was kind of cool little dead flower. And then these giant thorns were stabbing me, so I figured that was an indication I should bring one back with me.
Those are really like one of the things you appreciate because those thorns are a leftover of the Ice Age where we had megafauna like mastodons and things around. So they had to grow big whopping thorns to protect themselves against those. And they actually respond to, again, like grazing. So like how much, like as the plant's growing, like how many critters are like threatening it, like the thornier it'll get.
Really? Interesting. Yeah, these ones are pretty massive.
They've used those for nails in like pioneer days.
The most interesting thing I think I found was this. It was just like kind of like branch. It was just like a tiny little twig or branch, but I don't totally know what like it is. It looks like a fungus maybe.
So it's interesting to see the different things you can weave. So like I was looking at like this bark, really like thought would be interesting to throw within some kind of like weaving. So I thought it was really interesting with its texture. And then I picked this up because I really liked how it like ended up looking like a little spear or something.
So I found like a feather down there. And
Biggest feather award.
yeah, and some trash, of course.
And then the last two things was first this tree, part of a tree anyways. I thought it was kind of interesting because to me, I could imagine how like, you know, bugs and stuff would live in here and kind of, I don't know, go in and out of it and everything. So I kind of thought of it as like a small city or like a representation of that maybe. And then the last thing I found was this bone, which was pretty interesting. It's got a bunch of teeth marks on it and, you know, something died out there. So there's some sort of story to this. So I grabbed that.
And then one of the first things I saw when I went out were these teeny tiny feathers strewn violently, and it says there's been some kind of violence. And then not long after, I stumbled over a barbed wire fence. So I was thinking violence or protection, and then the thorn, right, which has been a theme, led me to, again, to warning systems or violence of some kind, protection.
You know, this great kind of like discovery, this materiality, you know, it's like someone like grew up here, not from, you know, from the suburbs, you know, it was always this kind of like you guys, like, oh, there's all this cool stuff. So part of this like kind of reinvention of the space, less about, you know, bringing art here, more about having it.
Going to town.